That is so stupid. That's the most ridiculous, horrifying story I've ever heard. It's crazy.
Take off that shirt, put on this jacket. Drink this juice. I love you.
What is your greatest lesson learned?
Not to trust everybody. Not to trust everybody in the industry. There's a lot of sharks.
And Tommy Mottola is a devil.
Totally false. I was outraged. I could never do something like that. I can't perform tonight, but I wanted to say I love you all, and the best is yet to come. This is it, and see you in July. You ain't seen nothing yet.
I really don't like to talk that much. I really don't.
You had your nose done, obviously.
Yeah, but so did a lot of people that I know.
Yeah.
Every day we hear of war. On the news, on the radio, and television. We have to stop. I love you. I love you most. I love you more, love you most.
Any posters in your bedroom as a kid, and of who?
Yeah, Brooke Shields. Everywhere. My sisters would get jealous and tear him off the wall.
Really? Brooke Shields? Okay. What is...
When he's crying, to keep him from crying, you have to do one thing.
What?
I have to stand in front of him and dance.
Really?
Yes. And he stops crying. His tears turn to laughter. And he starts happy. You smile.
And do you do your moonwalk with him?
Yeah, I do all kind of move. You move, and then he and he stops crying.
He stops crying?
Stops
You must
crying.
do a lot of dancing.
I do a lot of dancing. Yeah. I'm a very family-orientated person because I come from a family of 10 children. So I'm very used to the family, surrounding, the camaraderie of just a unity. So I don't think I could live without that bond. So I would love to have a major. Actually, I told her 12. See, my aunt has 13 children. I have an uncle who has 12 children. And my father had 10 children. And so I love big.
I do have laryngitis. I can't perform tonight, but I wanted to say Merry Christmas. I love you all. And you all have been phenomenal. And the best is yet to come. Merry Christmas. Good night.
Didn't one of them say something funny to you yesterday about...
Yeah, one of the boys said to me, he said, he saw all the rides and all the amusements, and he said, Michael Jackson, you own all of this? I go, yeah. He said, you paid for all of this? I said, yeah, I did. And you still have money left over? That's exactly what he said to me. He said, yeah. I said, yeah. He goes, I can't believe it. He said, I can't believe it. That's exactly what he said. He was amazed that I still had money afterwards.
What are the great shows that you've seen, concerts? Or even just shows?
James Brown, Jackie, what the real entertainers, man. The real ones make you get goosebumps.
It was James Brown where? Where'd you see him?
We used to have to go on stage after him because he would come on, and we would come on amateur hour.
Yeah.
So I'd be in the wings just studying every step.
On TV? Move. On a TV show?
No, like at the Apollo.
Amateur hour at the Apollo. Mm-hmm. And you saw him perform?
Yeah, Jackie Wilson.
And Jackie Wilson?
Temptations.
But the show that, do you remember one show where, you saw the Temptations too? Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there a show that you saw that you were like, oh my God?
James Brown, Jackie Wilson.
James Brown, Jackie Wilson shows.
God.
At the
It made me cry.
At the Apollo?
Yeah, it made me cry.
Wow.
I've never seen nothing like that. That kind of emotion, kind of fever, feeling. It was like on another higher spiritual plane they were on. They were like in a trance. And they had the audience,
in the palm of their hand. I just love how they could control them like that. That kind of power. When they sing, they have tears running down their face. Oh,
because they just...
They get so into it, you know.
Wow.
Woo!
What is a genius? What is a genius? One whose inspiration demands change. A genius. I love you more. I couldn't refuse to give this award tonight because nobody has influenced me more than this man right here. And I'm happy from the bottom of my heart. Since I was a child, at 6 years old, he was the one that I looked up to more than any other entertainer. And I still do today. So I'd like to say, ladies and gentlemen, I am deeply honored. I love you. I'm deeply honored to present to James Brown this year's Lifetime Achievement Award, and nobody deserves it more than this man. Traveling the world has been a great education for me. And if there is one insight I've had, it is this. Wherever you go, in every country, on every continent, people yearn and hunger for only one thing, to love and be loved. Love transcends international boundaries, and it heals the wounds of hatred, racial prejudice, bigotry, and ignorance. It is the ultimate truth at the heart of all creation.
Did you know that 3 million children die every minute? And did you also know that every hour 300 children die from hunger? But I believe in us as a people. I know we can make a difference. I love you all. Stand together all around the world, joined in a common purpose to remake the planet into a haven of joy and understanding and goodness. No one should have to suffer, especially our children.
Like you don't like Arab?
Is it true that I what?
You don't like Arab?
No, that's not true at all. I love Arabs. I love all people of the world. That's a good example how people make up stories that aren't true.
Finally, and most importantly, there's something else I am going to announce today. I want you to know that I've decided to donate all my money I make from the performance to charity.
Racism is bad. It's cruelty. It's ugly. I hate it. You're my brother. They're my brother. I mean, if you're black, white, Arab, we're all the same. I love all races equally.
Who among us would have believed that the sound of children at their playgrounds would be replaced by the sound of automatic machine gun fire at our schools? That the sound of little girls skipping rope would be overshadowed by the frantic shrills of children dodging bullets? Yet, instead of loving our children more, we installed metal detectors in our school.
Ever since I was a child, I realized I had a lot of love to share from my soul. The black tradition is a tradition of soul. The black tradition is a tradition of soul, which is a gift of love and joy. Soul is the most precious thing you can share because you're sharing yourself, and the world needs that gift now more than ever.
Children have few rights and no one to speak for them. They have no voice in our world. God and nature have blessed me with a voice. Now I want to use it to help children speak for themselves. I have founded the Heal the World Foundation to be the voice of the voiceless, the children. Please join with me and the children to help heal the world together. Parents, communities, governments, all people of the world, we must put our children first.
We have to bring love back into the world, to remind the world that love is important. Love is important. Love each other. We're all one. It's a message, and take care of the planet. For 4 years to get it right, or else it's irreversible damage we've done. So.
A perfect example is the recent UN announcement that 1 to 3 million lives could be saved if third world children were given a vitamin A pill 3 times a year. Cost per child is just 6 cents, that's all.
Thank you, Mr. President-elect, for inviting me to your inauguration gala. I would like to take a moment from this very public ceremony to speak of something very personal. It concerns a dear friend of mine who is no longer with us. His name is Ryan White. He was a hemophiliac who was diagnosed with the AIDS virus when he was 11. He died shortly after turning 18, the very time most young people are beginning to explore life's wonderful possibilities. And just as anyone who has lost a loved one to AIDS, I miss him deeply and constantly. He is gone, but I want his life to have meaning beyond his passing. It is my hope, President-elect Clinton, that you and your administration commit the resources needed to eliminate this awful disease that took my friend and ended so many promising lives before their time.
Yeah, when you see those kids, tell me what's going on.
Because I think I've traveled the world over 8 times around the world, and I go to hospitals. I do as many hospitals and orphanages as I do concerts. But of course, it's not covered. That's not why I do it for coverage. I do it because it's from my heart. And there are so many children in the cities who've never seen mountains, who haven't been on a carousel, who haven't petted a horse or a llama, who've never seen them. So if I can open my gates, and those gates open, and that bliss, an explosion of screaming and laughter from the children, and they run past the bridge, they run on the rides, I say, thank you, God. I feel I won God's smile of approval, because I'm doing something that brings joy and happiness to other people. And Tommy Mottola is a devil. He is a horrible human being, and we have to continue our drive until he's terminated.
What about all the millions of people? Let's reverse it. Okay. What about all the millions of people who sit out in the sun to become darker, to become other than what they are?
How many white people, when they're little kids, look white? Now they look and they sit out in the sun all day to look black. And the suntan lotion business is a multi-billion-dollar business. Nobody says nothing about that.
No, let's just put it this way. If all the people in Hollywood who have had plastic surgery, if they went on vacation, there wouldn't be a person left in town. They just go too far. I mean, it's crazy. But this is something that happens like every day with other people.
Misunderstand me. That's because they don't know me. People believe a lot of crazy stories they read.
Do not judge a person. Do not pass judgment on anyone unless you have talked to them one-on-one. I don't care what the story is. Do not judge them because it's a lie.
Every opportunity, the media has dissected and manipulated these allegations to reach their own conclusions. I ask all of you to wait and hear the truth before you label or condemn me. Don't treat me like a criminal, because I am innocent.
Gossip and rumors and to be vicious and evil and ugly, that is garbage. Don't buy it. Don't buy into it and don't believe it.
Never, ever. I could never harm a child or anyone. It's not in my heart. It's not who I am. And it's not what I'm not even interested in that.
Totally false. Before I would hurt a child, I would slit my wrists. I would never hurt a child. I will be acquitted and vindicated when the truth is told. Eventually, the truth will prevail, and I'm about truth, Breaking the all-time record in record sales. I broke Elvis's records. I broke Beatles' records.
I tried to bleach my skin. They made everything to turn the public against me.
The bigger the star, the bigger the target. I'm not trying to say I'm the super duper star. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, you know, the fact that people come at celebrity. We're targets. And, but truth always prevails. And I believe in that. I believe in God, you know?
Does that faith sustain you?
Of course it does.
I've been running for my life like that, hiding, getting away. You can't go that way because they're over there. And well, let's go this way. Pretend we're going that way and we'll go that way. Somebody say, hold on, stop. This person deserves their privacy. You are not allowed to go there. I mean,
and do you think people look at you and think that way today?
If they have a sick mind, yeah. And if they believe the trash they read newspapers, yeah. And it's not, just remember something, just because it's in print doesn't mean it's the gospel. People write negative things because they feel that's what sells. Good news to them doesn't sell.
What happened? What was Michael Jackson doing?
Because they don't know. They don't know. All that was false. Complete innocent guy. I would never do it. I would spit my wrist if I were hurt.
There are those who would say that you add to the attention.
No, I don't.
Well, the masks, the mysterious behavior.
There's no mysterious behavior. There's a time when I give a concert, I like to have as many people want to come can come and enjoy the show. And there's a time where you like to be in private when you put on your pajamas, go to sleep, cut off the light, ding, and lay down. That's your private space. If you go in the park, I can't go in the park though. So I create my own park at Neverland, my own water space, my movie theater, my theme park. That's all for me to enjoy.
Other than what the press continue to lie about, the tabloid press, they're terrible. Don't read the tabloids. That's something you can play. The fans, don't read stories that aren't true. They write these stories to mislead you and you just make them rich. It's not true. Don't read it. It's garbage, it's junk food.
Press has made up so much god-awful, horrifying stories that are completely appalling. Completely appalling and so far from the truth. And it's made me to realize the more often a person tell a lie, the more times you hear a lie, I mean, you begin to believe it.
You know, there is that argument that you rely on publicity to sell your albums, for your concerts.
When I approve of
want
something,
it.
yes.
But you can't always control the press. You can't approve of everything. You can't invite them in again and again, and then at a certain point close them out.
Yes, you can.
Well, how do you do that? What is that line?
And by doing that, this is their time for this, and this you should not do. You should not say he's an animal. Should not say he's Jacko. I'm not a Jacko. I'm Jackson.
Did you settle the case then? Why did you settle the case? And it looks to everyone as if you paid a huge amount of money.
Most of that's
to get
folklore.
silence.
I talked to my lawyers and I said, can you guarantee me that justice will prevail? And they said, Michael, we cannot guarantee you that a judge or a jury will do anything. And with that, I was like catatonic. I was outraged.
How much money
Totally
was it?
outraged. So what I said, I have got to do something to get out from under this nightmare. All these lies and all these people coming forward to get paid in these tabloid shows, just lies, 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 lies. So what I did, we got together again with my advisors and they advised me, it was hands down, a unanimous decision, resolve the case. This could be something that could go on for 7 years.
How much
We
money
said,
was
let's get
it?
it behind us.
Can you say how much?
I don't want this to sound insulting. I'm just going to be straight with you. But you are somewhat eccentric, to say the least. The way you dress, the way you look, it invites attention.
Maybe I like to live that way. I like to dress that way. I don't want paparazzi, really. But if they come, be kind. Write the right kind thing to write.
It's the paparazzi, the celebrity, the tabloids, the public, who?
The public is fine.
They buy the tabloids.
They buy the tabloids. So don't buy it. That would shut them down. To make ugly stories and gossip and rumors and to be vicious and evil and ugly, that is garbage. Don't buy it. Don't buy into it and don't believe it.
What has this done to your career?
What has it done to my career?
What has it done to your career?
In what way?
How has it impacted you? Touring, record sales?
album's #1 all over the world. All over the world. America's the only one because I don't want to say too much.
But it's not number one in the United States.
It's conspiracy, yeah. I don't want to say too much. I'm done.
Years ago, I allowed a family to visit and spend some time at Neverland. Neverland is my home. I allowed this family into my home because they told me their son was ill with cancer and needed my help. Through the years, I have helped thousands of children who are ill or in distress. These events have caused a nightmare for my family, my children, and me. I never intend to place myself in so vulnerable a position ever again. I love my community, and I have great faith in our justice system. Please keep an open mind and let me have my day in court. I deserve a fair trial like every other American citizen. I will be acquitted and vindicated when the truth is told. Thank you.
Do you think that your success has actually made people turn against you?
The bigger the star, the bigger the target. And the more popular I became, the more rumors that were created, none of which were true. I mean, the moment I started breaking the all-time records of the biggest selling albums of all time, they called me weird overnight, strange, wacko. You know, they said I'm a girl, homosexual. He wants to buy the Elephant Man bones. He sleeps in a hyperbaric chamber. None of that stuff is true.
Michael, if this little boy says, Daddy, I want to go on the stage. After what you've gone through?
Hey, hold on now. Hold on. If you do go that way, expect this, expect that, expect this, expect that.
You'd lay it all out.
I'd lay it all out. You're going to get all this, and all this, and all of this. You ready to do that? He said, yeah, I can't wait. Go and do it better than I did it.
But know what you're in for.
Know what you're in for.
What hurts you most?
When they lie. The lies. They're complete lies. And it hurts. And it hurts me because I know there's children out there who has to hear that crap with success. People become jealous. It hurts to be misunderstood. No matter how much you try to put people on track, there will still be some judgment being said that it's so far from the truth.
I'm a great fan of art. I love Michelangelo. If I had a chance to talk to him or read about him, I would want to know about what inspired him to become who he is, the anatomy of his craftsmanship, not about who he went out with last night or why he decided to sit out in the sun so long. What's wrong with, I mean, that's what's important to me.
People say, why is he always with children? Well, I was raised in a world with adults. When kids were playing and in bed sleeping, I was up doing clubs. I was doing club dates, 3 in the morning. The striptease would come on after us. You know, we were performing. And we didn't have friends. My brothers were my friends, but we worked. There was no Christmas, there was no birthdays, and we were very strict Jehovah's Witnesses. So I'm compensating. Nature make sure that I compensate for the lost. So when you come behind my gate, you'll see amusement park, you'll see animals, you'll see everything I never got to do. There's candy everywhere. It's fun.
And I think every child needs a place to escape into a child's world, into a child's imagination. Was there ever a time you could do that?
No, and that is why I think now, because I didn't have it then, I compensate for that.
Really?
I mean, when people wonder why I always have children around, because I find the thing that I never had through them. You know, Disneyland, amusement parks, arcade games. I adore all that stuff because when I was little, it was always work, from one concert to the next. If it wasn't concert, it was the recording studio. If it wasn't that, it was TV shows or interviews or picture sessions. It was always something to do.
Do you think it would be true to say that you found friendship and inspiration in children that you haven't been able to find in adults?
That's absolutely the truth.
Really?
Yes. Yes. I haven't been betrayed or deceived by children. Adults have let me down.
I don't read all the things written about me. I wasn't aware that the world thought I was so weird and bizarre. But when you grow up, as I did, in front of 100 million people since the age of 5, you're automatically different.
I used to be very lonely, painfully lonely. So, you have no idea. I used to walk the streets looking for people to talk to.
Weren't you surrounded by your family, by musicians, by people wanting to be your friend? You were an international superstar. How can you say you had no friends?
Because those people spoke to me on a language on another level that was musical, that was entertainment, but to get away from that, to separate oneself from that, and to try to discover the fun things about life.
Were you as happy off stage as you appeared to be on stage?
Well, on stage for me was home. I was most comfortable, and still most comfortable, on stage. But once I got off stage, I was like very sad.
Really?
Yes.
And sad from the beginning? Sad since it first started? Since
lonely, sad, having to face with popularity and all of that. There were times when I had great times with my brothers, pillow fights and things, but I used to always cry from loneliness. There is a lot of wonderment in being famous. I mean, you travel the world and you see things, you meet people, you go places. It's great. But then there's the other side. There's, which I'm not complaining, there's lots of rehearsal, and you have to put a lot of your time, give of yourself a lot.
If you could, turn off the fame, turn off the paparazzi, have a normal life, would you do it? Even if it meant giving up performing?
I'd do it. I'd have to be able to create. I have to create something. I'd rather die if I couldn't create. You can't shut me down. I have to give it out.
You're 34 years old. What do you know for sure?
What do I know for sure?
What do you know for sure?
Oh boy, I'm still learning. I mean, life is an education for me. I can't say I know anything for sure. Well, I really believe that.
One of the most important things to being successful is listening. It's listening and watching and being a good person to work with, easy to work with.
So list the few things that could be helpful to someone breaking into the music business.
Believe in yourself, study the greats and become greater, and be a scientist. Dissect. Dissect. You know? No matter what. I mean, I don't care if the whole world is against you or tease you or say you're not going to make it. Believe in yourself. No matter what.
No matter what.
Some of the greatest men that have made a mark on this world were treated like that. You know, you're not going to do it. You're not going to get anywhere. They laughed at the Wright brothers. They laughed at Thomas Edison. They laughed at Walt Disney. They made jokes of Henry Ford. They said he was ignorant. He didn't have a college degree because he dropped out of school. Disney dropped out of school. They even took Ford to court to prove his intelligence. That's how far they went. Yeah. And these are men that shaped and changed our culture, our customs, the way we live, the way we do things. And I think God plants little seeds through people on the earth. And I think you're one, I'm one, to bring some bliss, some escapism, some joy, some magic. Because without entertainment, what would the world be like, you know? What would it really be like? It would be a totally different world for me.
It kind of comes like a thought, just an embryo of a thought of an idea. It could be just a brief concept, and then you collaborate with someone. It could be a writer, and you'll say, you know, I want to do this, and I want to do that, and I want to do this. And you tell them to develop it, because I can't do it right now. I got to go on to doing the next song or the next thing. So they'll come up with something and working with what your idea is, and look it back to you, and you tell them whether you like it or not. I mean, I've done that with pretty much everything I've done. I'm usually there for the concept, for the writing. I co-write usually all my pieces that I do.
I love directing. I love creativity. And I think when an artist steps forward with a production of some type, if he can express himself the way he sees it should be done, I mean, I feel it and I see it. I'm visionary. So if I can give that, I do. And that's what I love to do with music, with film, with dance, I love the arts.
Studying people's characters. And that's what I like. I like going inside. And that's the same thing with performance. You can tell right away when an artist, you can read it on her face when she's dancing. She's counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and you can see it. But that's the wrong concept for dance. Dancing is about feeling, not about thinking. So when they count, they're thinking. You should feel, become the bass, become the drums, become the guitar, the strings. You just become a oneness.
When I create my music, I feel like an instrument of nature. I wonder what delight nature must feel when we open our hearts and express our God-given talents.
You're standing there and there's a sea of people responding to you, screaming your name as they were. What does that feel like?
Love. You feel lots of love, and I feel blessed and honored to be able to be an instrument of nature that was chosen to give them that, what I give them. I'm very honored and happy about that.
An instrument of nature, that's an interesting way to describe yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah. Are you very spiritual?
In what sense?
I mean, do you meditate? Do you understand that there's something bigger than yourself at work here?
I believe in God, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Very much.
And I believe everybody comes to the world for a reason, I think. Most of us spend our lives trying to figure out what the purpose of our being here is. What do you think yours is?
My purpose?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, I think to give in the best way I can, through song and through dance and through music. I mean, I am committed to my art. I believe that all art has as its ultimate goal the union between the material and the spiritual, the human and the divine. I believe that to be the reason for the very existence of art. Mm-hmm. And I feel I was chosen as an instrument to just give music and love and harmony to the world. Children of all ages, and adults and teenagers.
What we need to learn from children isn't childish. Being with them connects us to the deeper wisdom of life, which is ever present and only asked to be lived. They know the way to solutions that lie waiting to be recognized within our own hearts.
Why were you so fascinated by animals, do you think?
Because I find in animals the same thing that I find so wonderful in children, that purity, that honesty, where they don't judge you, they don't want anything from you, just to be your friend. And I think that's so sweet.
I feel better giving than receiving. I think it really is true.
It is true.
In my life.
Of course it's true.
Explain the mechanics of that in your own life.
It's just the idea. I don't know if it's the psychology of it or what. I just love working hard on something, putting it together, sweating over it, and then sharing it with people and having them love it. And I always pray that they like it. And that's what gives me great satisfaction as an artist.
When you have broken all those records, when you have the #1 album ever sold, the #2 album ever sold, when you've broken every record there is to break, when you have become an icon in the industry, is there always the pressure to do something bigger and something better?
Oh, gee, that is something. It makes it harder each time to follow up. Because you try to be as original as you can be without thinking about statistics. Just go from the soul and from the heart.
Mm-hmm. What do you want the world to know about you most? I asked Liz that of you. What do you want them to know?
Like to be remembered for?
Well, not be remembered for. What about known for now? Forget remembered.
Oh, known for now. That's to be an artist, a great artist. I love what I do, and I would love people to love what I do. And to be loved, I just simply want to be loved wherever I go, all over the world, because I love people of all races from my heart with true affection.
I want to thank everyone who makes this show a possibility. I love you. I mean that. And you're the most wonderful crowd. I love you very much.
I'd like to.
This is yours.
Oh,
I'll hold it.
Okay.
First, I'd like to thank God who makes all things possible. I'd like to thank my mother and father, who I love very much, Joseph and Catherine Jackson. I thank Quincy Jones, who's in the audience. I don't see him, he's somewhere. But he was right there, but thank you, Quincy. I thank Bill Bray, John Branca, the Epic family, Walter Yetnikoff, and Larry Stesso and Glenn Brunman. I love you. Thank you very much.
I thank everybody who worked on this entire construction to make it a possibility for the world, my entire crew and the band, everyone. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I love you very much. And to Catherine and Joseph Jackson, who's in the audience, my parents, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to everybody who make this empire, this structure a possibility. Thank you.
First, I'd like to thank God. And I'd like to say thank you for choosing Lionel and myself to write We Are the World. I thank Quincy Jones, who is the greatest producer to me. And I also like to say, when you leave here, remember the children.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am greatly humbled by this award. I'd like to say, when Quincy Jones and Bruce Swedien and Rod Temperton and myself created the Thriller album, it was my dream that Thriller would become the biggest selling album ever. And God has answered my prayers. 25 years later, Thriller has become the biggest selling album of all time, with 104 million sold. I thank God and you for the success. And there have been so many who have loved me and stood by me throughout the 42 years that I have been in the entertainment business. While I cannot name all of them, I would like to thank my wonderful children, Paris, Prince, and Blanket, for their unconditional love and support. My mother, my father Joseph Jackson, and my brothers and my sisters, my entire family, for their love and support. I thank you. I love all the fans from the bottom of my heart. I love you, Beyonce.
First, I'd like to thank God, who makes all things possible. I'd like to thank my mother and father, Catherine and Joseph Jackson. I'd like to thank Barry Gordy, who gave me my first professional start in show business. And the Epic family, Walter Yetnikoff, Larry Stesso, Glenn Brunman, Frank DeLeo, Quincy Jones, and Bruce Swedien. I love you. And the public, thank you.
Colonel Walter Meyer, Major Brooks, and other military personnel, it is an honor and a privilege for me to be here today, and I thank you for your kind invitation. Those of you in here today are some of the most special people in the world, because you have chosen a life of service. When we all sleep at night, we rest comfortably knowing that we are protected. And it is because of you here today, and others who so valuably have given their lives to protect us, that we enjoy our freedom. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you. Thank you so much.
Tell us more about how you see yourself.
How I see myself?
Yeah.
You have to tell me. No.
I try to be kind and generous and to people and to do what I think God wants me to do. Sometimes I pray and I say, where do you want me to go next, God? What do I do from here? So I'm very spiritual in that way. I always have been, though.
Each and every one of you here tonight, to look at each person next to you. Look at them in the eyes. Every person right here. Look at each person next to you in the eyes, please. Please, look at each person next to you. Now join hands. Each together. Join hands and reach to the heavens. Reach to the heavens, everyone. And feel it. Feel humanity. Don't do it because I'm asking you to. Do it because it's the right thing to do.